What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day. Today I'm going to be going over how much I spent on my kitchen setup. So that'll include like the sink, all my water setup, stove, the build, the structure, and the actual build of the counter itself. So I'm going to grab the camera quick and go over and kind of show you guys the finished product, as well as give you a little more insight to what I'm going to be pricing out. First thing I want to say before I go into any of the details is you can make this a lot simpler. I made this because I had all winter to do something, so I just kind of put some extra work and something for me to do over the winter. You can do something a lot simpler and get the same effect as I do here. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is this trim right here. Then this drawer is going to be for all my food. I still got to stain the inside, but I'm going to have two or maybe just one Tupperware things right here, like a bin, so I can like stack food in it. Then over here just might be jars and stuff. So then I got my 2-burner stove right here. It's just Velcro down. I got some stuff on top right now, but that's a 2-burner stove. Then I have this thing on top. I have a little drawer right here that holds all my pots and pans, and I'm gonna get another plastic bin for in there too, so I can just put everything in a bin so it's not laying on the floor. Going over to this, I have my water jug, the holder. I have a little drawer right here for whatever. I have this sink. It's a 14-inch by 12-inch sink out of a sailboat. Down here, I have my collecting jug, my garbage, a little bit more room in the back, as well as my propane for my stove. Then my hose comes right out there, and it's connected all under there. So all these prices, they could vary on where you live. These are just general ballpark prices without taxes. And I'll pretty much go over everything, all the materials that I used, as well as some things like the jug and the garbage, and just stuff that you'll need to get going. So first things first, we're going to go right into the water jugs. I have 2 water jugs, one for my clean water and one for my gray water. They're both 10 liters each. They're exact same jug, and both of them together are $26. The strap that holds the bottom gray water jug in place so it doesn't fly around when I'm driving, that was $10, as well as the hose that connects from my sink down to my gray water, that was about $3. The sink itself, I paid $20. You guys can find these, like I said, this is just a ballpark price. I personally paid $20 for it. You can find them cheaper, you can even find them for free. But I got mine out of a person who scrapped a sailboat, and he had this sink, fits perfect. I'm really happy with it. It's pretty deep, so I can like stand stuff up in it. So that was $20. As well as my stove, it was $25. It was in pretty rough condition when I got it, but I took it all apart, sanded it down, painted it black, cleaned the top of it, as well as I made sure all the gas lines were sealed properly, and kind of just inspected it before I would hook up my propane and have it constantly on for a while. I bought one piece of plywood for the whole cabinet, and it was a 4x8 sheet, and it was $35. It was a better piece of plywood. It wasn't just a generic piece of plywood you would get for construction or anything like that. This is almost like a finishing piece, and it was a 1/2 inch, and it was a 4x8. That gave me enough to do the top, the countertop, as well as the fronts for my 2 doors and my drawer, and it also gave me enough to do the front facing for the cabinet. So everything in the front, that was all done with the same piece of plywood. And like I said, I had probably a 2 by I don't even know left. It was small. So it gave me just enough to do everything. For the frame, I used 2x2s, and I used 10 of them, and 10 of them came out to $24. So I used that for all the framing of the whole, the top, everything. It's all framed with 2x2s. As well as I used 2x2s for my main big drawer. I wanted it to be a little bit beefier, because I'm going to be having a lot of food in there. So I didn't want it to flex or anything. So I used 2x2s for that. For the paneling for the sides, I used 1x3s cut in half. Then I planed them down to about 1/4 inch. And I used two 8-foot pieces for that. And that was $5. For the outer trim that stained around the doors, around the top and around my drawers, I used 1x2s, and I used 3 of them for all of it. And obviously, like, I cut them to different sizes, and that was $3.30 for 3 of those. I bought 4 hinges for my 2 doors, so I put 2 hinges on my bigger door and 2 hinges on my smaller one, and that came out to $8. I bought a tube of PL glue to PL glue my sink down, as well as I bolted it up from underneath, so it's really sturdy in there. I bought 2 hardboard boards for inside of the underneath my sink, just to kind of make it look nicer instead of just framing. I bought 2 of those, and those are $12 so they're $6 each. I wasn't going to include my garbage can, but if you guys want to know, it was $12, and it was just a generic. I wanted one that had a lift top, so to keep kind of the smell in, if there's anything smelly in there, keep that in. The stain, I already had that from my walls, so that stain, it really lasts a long time. I did all my walls, and I had to do the roof again, and I still have probably half a thing of stain. As well as I varathaned the top of my countertop, so if any water splashes up, then I can just wipe it off, as well as the top of my my cover for my stove. So everything together was $189.30. So around $200 to build this whole thing. Seems kind of pricey, but I think it was totally worth it. Oh, and all the handles for the doors, I went out and got them out of the forest myself and cut them and varathaned them so they kind of pop, as well as I varathaned them so when your fingers open them all the time, it doesn't leave that from the oil from your fingers, it doesn't leave like a little black smudges all over them. So I kind of protected them that way too. Yeah, if you guys have any questions at all on the build, you can comment and I'll answer them. Or if you guys want, you can check out the previous builds. I did a video pretty much on every update I did on the build. It took me, I'd say this took me the longest because there's a lot of things I had to figure out that I've never done before. A lot of angles, a lot of trial and error, but I'm really happy with it. It's it's about 35 pounds. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it's about 35 pounds because I had something that I knew 100% was 35 pounds, and I lifted it, and I lifted this, and it was about the same. So I'm gonna say 35 to 40 pounds, which isn't horrible. The Velcro, I forgot about the Velcro that I used to close the doors. That was $11. So yeah, it was pretty much $200 to make it. So I'd say I put about $300 into my, $350 into my van for all the roof and stuff like that. That's just a ballpark. Like I said, I'm trying to build this on the cheap because I don't have a lot of money, and the money I do have I want to use for traveling. So I'm trying to build this on the cheap, find some cheap ways to do stuff, and that's why I'm sharing with you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys want to get into this or have a van but don't have not the knowledge, but how to come about it. And I've built things before, not really woodwork. Like, this is my first time woodworking, making stuff. I've made like clothes racks and stuff like that, but nothing like as complicated as this. So I'm really proud of myself. I'm really happy on the turnout. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. If you haven't seen the first video of this, I'll leave it in the description. And I pretty much cover my bed, my walls, and some other things too. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment and let me know if you guys want me to keep making these types of videos after each segment of my van's done, where I break down the pricing and the materials used. That's pretty much it for today. If you want, you can check my website out. It's down in the description below. Until next time, take it easy, guys.